Okay, so today we are going to continue writing the equation of a line. This is 4-3, writing the equation of a line given 2 points. Okay, so yesterday we did M and B, or slope and y-intercept. So we've done where they gave us M and B, or slope and y-intercept. And then we did where they gave us M and a point, whether it was through that point, contains that point. Then we had to find the B, and then we could write the equation of a line, okay? Now they're going to still say write the equation of a line, so that is still the directions. Write the equation of a line given the ordered pair 2, 8 and -5, 1. Okay, so we're still writing the equation of a line, that is the directions, through the ordered pair 2, 8 and -5, 1. Well, our process hasn't changed from yesterday. Okay, we still need our M, we still need our B. So we still write out those blanks. Did they give us either? No, they did not. But do we know how to find M? Do we know how to find the slope between 2 points? Yes, we do. Remember what we had last chapter and we just took a quiz over? Is finding the slope of a line between 2 points. So we're going to use that. So that's going to be our first step. Again, if it helps you to write x1, y1, x2, y2, by all means do so. And then we just plug in. So it is going to be 1 minus 8 over -5 minus 2. So we get -7 over -7, and we always reduce our slope. Some of you still aren't reducing slope. That's not okay. Okay? So now that is our M. So we just found our M. And now we do exactly what we did yesterday. We got to find B. You can use either point. It doesn't matter. You do not need to use both. You can use either point. I'm going to use this first one. And I'm going to plug in just like we did now yesterday. So everything now is the same from yesterday. I'm going to plug my Y in for Y, my M in for M, my X in for X, and solve. So all I did was plug in my ordered pair. You have to use the same ordered pair. You can't use part of this one and part of that one. That's wrong. You have to use one ordered pair and the slope that you found. So now we simplify. Solve for B. And once we have B, once we fill in both blanks, we can write out our answer. Y equals x plus 6. Now, this is always where some of you ask, what if I write that 1 there? That's fine. You can, you don't have to, okay? Now, this is just to show you, you do not need to write it down. I'm just going to show you that it doesn't matter what ordered pair you use. So now I'm going to use this ordered pair. You do not need to do it. I'm just showing that using the ordered pair of -5, 1 will get me the same B, which is why it doesn't matter which ordered pair you use, because we get the same B regardless, okay? Again, you didn't need to write this down. I'm just showing whether we use the first order pair or if we use the second order pair. It doesn't matter because we will get the same B, and then we write out M and B. You only need to do one order pair, okay? So number 2, let's say this time they write it out through the points -7, 3 and -4, 1. Okay? So again, for every problem in this chapter, We need our M blank and our B blank. It's a little blurry. There we go. So the first thing we got to do is find M between both points. Again, if it helps you label x1, y1, x2, y2, by all means do so. So I'm going to take 1 minus 3 over -4 minus a -7, which becomes plus a positive. So that is -2 over 3. So we found M. So M is -2/3. And you can use either ordered pair. Sometimes there will be advantages, such as if a 0 is involved in one of the ordered pairs, that might be easier to use. But here, there's not one easier than the other. So I'm just going to select the first ordered pair. So I'm going to plug the y in for y, m in for m, x in for x, plus b. Now we got to solve. As always, if one's a fraction, I'm going to make them both a fraction. Multiply straight across, so we get 14/3 plus b. To solve for b, we've got to subtract 14/3. And b equals, well, if one's a fraction, we got to make them both a fraction. Use a common denominator between 3 and 1 will be 3. What do we multiply 1 by to get to 3? Well, 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. Some of you probably have your calculators out, and that's fine. So 9/3 minus 14/3 is a -5/3, because we subtract the top. 9 minus 14 is -5, and we keep the denominator, which is 3. So I just found B. So that is a -5/3. Once we fill in both blanks, we can write out our final answer, which is a -2/3 x minus 5/3. And we're done. Yes, I have fractions, but you guys can do fractions. You got this. Okay? So one more time, just a look so you can see if I lost you. I found slope by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Filled that into my blank. I used the first order pair, plugged in, solved, and got B to equal -5/3, filled in that blank, and once I have both blanks filled in, I can write out my answer, okay? All right, moving on to number 3. What if they say, find the equation of a line through the order pair A5, -6, and B, -2, 1. Does it change our process just because they named the order pairs for us? No, not at all. We go through, again, this section, this chapter is a lot about giving you information, the same information in different ways to see if you know how to work with it. Same process, M and B. So now I'm going to turn off, I'm going to take a break. You guys press pause, find M, find B, and we'll see if we get the same answer. So press pause. Okay, so through the process, I found M first, which was 1 minus a -6 turned a plus a positive. So that was 7, -2 minus 5 on the bottom, which gives me reduced. Again, we always reduce as -1. I tend to always revert back to my first order pair unless the second one has a 0, but it's up to you. You could have used either order pair. I plugged y in for y, m in for m, x in for x, solved for b, filled in that blank. Once I have both blanks filled in, I can write out my equation and I'm done. And again, some of you are going to ask, can I put that 1 there? Absolutely. If that works for you, then that is good. All right. How about number 4? I'm going to write number 4 out. You're going to press pause and see if you can do it all on your own. So write the equation of a line, this time, that contains 2, 4, and 1, -2. So this time it contains the order pair 2, 4, and 1, -2. All right, press pause and we'll see if we get the same answer. You need to go through the process. M blank, B blank, find your M, Find your B, fill in both, and write your answer out. Press pause. Okay. Did you get y equals 6x minus 8? If you did, great. If you didn't, real quick, I'll let you see this. I found slope by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that gave me -6 over -1, which reduces to a +6. Again, there's no zeros involved, so I use the first order pair, plugging 4 in for y, my 6 in for m, 2 in for x. Simplified, 6 times 2 is 12. Move the 12 over. 4 minus 12 is -8. I filled in both blanks as I went, and once I have both blanks filled in, I can write out the answer. All right, number 5. What if it is through the order pair -3, 1 and -3, 6? Okay. Again, we set up M, we set up B. Let's find slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And hopefully some of you that are working a little faster have stopped at this point, because when we go to plus a positive, 6 minus 1 is 5. -3 plus 3 is 0. Well, we've had this happen before. When the 0 is on the bottom, remember our slope is undefined. And remember I said yesterday, if slope is ever undefined or 0, we don't need to fill out our M and our B. We refer to our acronym, and an undefined slope is x equals. Well, what does x equal for both order pairs? -3. That is our answer. It is not a coincidence these are the same, okay? So if you thought it was y and you go up here and they're not the same, then your thought process is wrong. So remember, undefined is x. Both x's were -3. That is our answer. And we're done. All right, so that takes us to problem number 6. So this time I'm going to say through the order pair -3, -5, and 1, 9. Okay, so there they are. Again, I'm going to let you set up your M equals, your B equals. I want you to find M, find B, and write out your equation. You will get a fraction for M and B here. It is okay. Work through it. Press pause now and we'll see if we get the same answer. Okay. All right. Did you get y equals 7/2 x plus 11/2? If you did, great. If you didn't, let's follow along. So I set up my M and my B. These were blanks to start with. I did slope, so 9 minus a -5 turns to plus a positive. And on the bottom, 1 minus a -3 turns to plus a positive. 9 plus 5 is 14. 1 plus 3 is 4. And remember, we always reduce our fractions. 14 over 4 reduces to 7/2. So then I could fill in that blank. Again, I use the first order pair because there's no zeros. So now I plugged in -5 for y, 7/2 for m, -3 for x, plus b. Multiply straight across, so I got -21/2. I add 21/2 to both sides. Again, some of you probably get a calculator out. I don't have one with me, so I make them both a fraction. Common denominator would be 2. What do you multiply 1 by to get to 2? Well, 2. So -5 times 2 is -10. So now it's -10/2 plus 21/2. So I keep the denominator and just combine the top. -10 plus 21 is 11/2. That's where I got 11/2. And once I have in both blanks, we're done. We can write out our final answer. All right, last one, number 7. Write the equation of a line that contains -4, 6 and 5, 6. So again, M and B, we have to find M first. So I take y minus y over x minus x. On the bottom, that's going to turn into plus a positive. On top, 6 minus 6 is 0. Well, 0 divided by anything, we learned last chapter, is 0. Well, remember, if slope is 0 undefined, I'm not going to do the M and the B part. We're going to refer to our acronym. Slope is 0, which means it's y, and y equals 6 for both ordered pairs, so that is our answer. Y equals 6, and we are done. That is all the notes for writing the equation of a line through two ordered pairs. Please let me know if you have any questions.